So, good evening, everyone. I will wait a few more minutes until 7 o'clock. I'm using a program called OBS to do the streaming, and I probably shouldn't click on things that I haven't used in advance. And I said that to myself to not push the fade to black button until I knew exactly what it did. But it faded to black and it stopped the music and it stopped the countdown. So I am here for the next 2 minutes and am looking forward to tonight's show. I'll talk a little bit about my process today because Sean Connery died this week and or over the weekend, and I wanted to. I love James Bond themes. And I even got the opportunity. I was asked by a private client do to have my band play for a James Bond theme night, where there were all these game tables and people were dressed up as characters from the different movies and stuff, and we played James Bond themes for the entire night. I was so excited. So I was going to do Goldfinger tonight, but throwing it together is not the way that I operate. So I'm going to sit with it a little bit more and celebrate him and his life next week. But tonight I have a few jazz tunes to start off with, as usual. And I'm going to be doing those because they're requests from two people and they're two songs that I love. So I'll talk about those. And then I'm going to do some uplifting tunes that have some interesting things behind them that I always love. I love doing the research. And I have an excuse now to not only do the research, but to share it with you and to tell you more about all these songs because they're so wonderful. All right, it is 7 o'clock. Blissful greetings. Let's bring on the bliss. Say that 19 times fast. And let's get started with this week's Bliss Break. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for returning every week. Thank you for all your love and support that you give me throughout the week as you're contacting me and letting me know that the show is lifting you up, which is the most important thing for me. Because it lifts me up to get it all together. It lifts me up to do it for you. And I love the way the music moves through me. So let's get started with this first one. We're going to do I've Got You Under My Skin. My friend Carolyn requested this song. And it's a Frank Sinatra tune written by Cole Porter. My reference is Frank Sinatra. That's who I heard it by first. And then there's another really great Dinah Washington version of it. But it was written by Cole Porter for the 1936 musical film Born to Dance. And it was introduced by Eleanor Powell. So let's do I've Got You Under My Skin. I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart that you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. I've tried so not to give in. I've said to myself, this love affair will never go so well. So why should I try to admit when, baby, I know damn well that I've got you under my skin. I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning that comes in the night. It repeats how it screams in my ear. Don't you know, little fool, you're never gonna win. Use your mentality. Step up and wake up to reality. But each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop just before I begin. Because I've got you under my skin. I've sacrificed anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near. In spite of that warning voice, it comes in the night, how it screams, it repeats in my ear. Don't you know, little fool, you're never gonna win. Use your mentality. Step up and wake up to reality. But each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. Because I've got you under my skin. Under my skin. Under my skin. Under my skin usually means, you're an irritation to me. Give me 1 second. I just need to turn my volume up a little bit in terms of how I'm hearing. So yeah, it usually means you're irritating me, but I love the way Cole Porter kind of turns that around and uses it as you are happily there. I have no control. I can't resist, and I've got you there under my skin. All right. So the next tune we're going to do is Isn't It Romantic? There was actually a film when I started to do all the follow-up research for this. There's a film called Isn't It Romantic that came out last year or the year before. So a lot of that was popping up. And I was like, no, I want the classic. So this one is for Dina. It's a Richard Rodgers and Lorenz Hart song. And it was originally introduced in the 1932 Paramount film, Love Me Tonight. So love me tonight. Tomorrow is made for some. So every time I read that title, that all plays in my head. It's one of those songs that's really interesting in the fact that it was introduced in a film and it was featured in several great films over the years. Sabrina in 1954, Mommy Dearest in 1981, Hannah and Her Sisters in 1986, When Harry Met Sally in 1989, Father of the Bride in 1991, and it was also on this great African American films, like one of those ensemble pieces that came out in 2006, and that was Last Holiday. So my favorite version is Ella Fitzgerald on one of the songbook albums, the Rodgers and Hart songbook album. And I love the way that she does this song. But Vic Damone and Patti Page covered it, Mel Torme, Roberta Flack, Tony Tennille, Johnny Mathis. So I've done something in the description box. If you actually go below the video, there's comments. I put the comments in a different place. So I'll go and look at those in a second. But if you go into this description box below the video, there are all these playlists. So for tonight's songs, I found other covers. And I just think it's fun to kind of explore, go down the rabbit hole and see what people's interpretations of these songs are. And it's interesting because there's so many people that have reinterpreted these songs, and some of the covers are just like, wow, so-and-so did that one? Okay, all right. Especially when there's songs that are older than, They'll be 100 years old in another 10 years. So let's see who's in here. Okay, Paul says the sound is only coming out of the right channel. I don't hear that. Does anybody else have a problem with the sound coming out of the right channel? Is it only coming out of a weird place? Oh, hello, Paul. Audrey says we've got you under our skin. Hey, my cousin's here. Ow! My cousin Pilar, who's also an intermittent backup singer when she can, and I love it. I love being able to sing with her. We're like sisters. We actually call each other sister cuz. So, hey, Miss P, how you doing? She says, I will take music history with Rhonda for 1,000, Alex. Thank you. All right. So going on with Isn't It Romantic? I'm going to do this one. And another interesting thing about this story in terms of me personally, I had a friend who got married a couple of years ago, and her wedding theme, the theme of her entire wedding, because she's a huge movie buff, was all movie stuff, like everything all over the place. It was all film, all this, all that. Everything. The invitation was an actual ticket, all of these things. So I sat with her because I had my band play for her, and part of my gift for her wedding was that Chuck and I would play. And I did the ceremony, I did the cocktail hour, and then we got to party out with a DJ at the intermission, at the reception. So I sat with her and I said, tell me your top 10 favorite movies. And what I'm going to do is go through the soundtracks of all of those movies and pick all of the songs for the night. So it was so fun to do that. So fun, because she really likes some great movies, and they were very, very eclectic. So I'm going to do Isn't It Romantic? Thank you so much, everybody. All right. Oh, my brother's in the house. My brother Rod is in the house. How are you? Uh, this is the first time my brother's here live, and so I'm glad to have him here. I hope he won't tease me, so so I go back to being 5 years old. All right, I am seeing that there is something with the OBS that is showing up more right than left. So I'm gonna keep talking while I try to fix this. There's a lot of things that I'm learning about sound and technology that I didn't know before. Let's see why this is doing this. Because I want y'all to hear on both sides. You shouldn't just hear on one, right? Right? Let me see. Hmm. Every week it's something, I tell you. Uh, I don't know what to do to fix this. It was fine before, and I'm not sure why it's not. Okay, give me just one moment. Give me just one moment. I just want to see ding 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 ding. That is so weird. Let me try to figure this out. I don't know what's wrong. I have no idea what is wrong. It was never a problem before. Okay. There's nothing going on with the right and left channel over here. Oh, I feel crazy. Okay, you're seeing behind the curtain. I sat down literally today and I was like, I'm going to make sure that everything is all right before I do anything. I even did a recorded test and all. So, I'm going to try to mute this for just 1 second. Hang with me, bear with me, and see if I can fix this. Give me just a second. I don't know what's wrong. Okay, I'm going to. Good Lord. And I can't see. It's too many screens. It's too many screens. I need an assistant. Does anybody want to be? Anybody want to be an assistant? Uh, it's saying that YouTube's not receiving much to keep it going. I don't know. If you can hear me just write it in the chat box, please. Good Lord. And it's saying that there's an error. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, I am. It's all this clicking. Now it says it's excellent. Okay, we're just going to keep going. I am figuring this all out. I don't know what in the world is going on with the audio thing. It seems like every week there's something for me to learn because it's a challenge for me to learn because I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep moving through whatever is happening because I love y'all and I know that you love me. So I'm going to do the next song and hopefully the truth will be in the lyrics of this song. All right. I picked this one. Okay. Now he's saying something's wrong with the. Whew. All right. I'm not sure what's going on. All right. I'll set this up again. Maybe if I do that, it will. Let me try this again. Is that working better? Oh man, I have no idea why this is not working. I'm gonna keep going because now okay. I don't know what's going on. And now it's really freaking me out a lot. It's saying that the stream is healthy over here, but now it's just it's starting to it's starting to stress me out. Okay, because in my back of my mind, it's like this is being recorded. Crazy. All right. And I haven't had a problem before. All right, I'm gonna sing and hopefully we'll see what happens and then whatever. I just can't. Ah, okay. And I'm moving mice around and trying to figure this all out. Okay. I can hear myself and hopefully you can hear me too. All right. And maybe by the end of this song some miracle will happen. Oh, I picked this one because actually 48 years ago today, this song was number one on the Billboard charts. I can see clearly now the rain has gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now. The pain has gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is that rainbow I've been waiting for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. Whoa, 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 whoa. I can see clearly now. The rain has gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Oh yeah, yeah, bright, bright, sunshiny day. Ooh. I always need music that kind of brings me back to Central. Let me see what's going on in the chat box. Maybe I've gotten some more responses with regards to what's going on, what's going on, what's going on. Hey, look at all and who's in the house. Oh my goodness gracious. I see you, Jackie Jones, Miss Jackie Jones. All right. Thank you so much, Wondrous. You always ground me during these things. Um, Thank you, Paul. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, you know Jackie Wondrous? Really? Oh my goodness. All right. And I'm realizing that, especially in the New York area, the longer you stay in the business, the smaller the group gets, and the more, you realize how small this industry is for gigging musicians. All right. So my next song is, I like to throw in an original. And this one I wrote, I was actually in a spiritual class, and this song kind of just fell in. We were doing this exercise called From Fear to Faith, trusting and leaning in and saying, you know what, I might be scared, but I'm going to trust and know that it's all for my good. So I wrote this song called Anything is Possible. And it actually came to me. There are times when a bass line just comes to me and it just kind of sits with me for a while. Um, and I didn't have the benefit of having all my guys. I didn't have the benefit of having the band in a box program that I have now to make a backing track. So for this one, I actually sang every instrument. I sat there and I was like, boom, 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 ba-doom, boom, boom, da-ga-doom, boom, boom, da-ga-doom, boom, boom. But since then, I have added I made a backing track, and I'll be working on one with my guys. We've done it live before, and we did it live last year at a concert that I did in Morristown. So I'm going to do this one. It's called Anything is Possible. And in these days and times when things seem so uncertain and there's so much going on in the world, it's nice to kind of hold on to songs like this. For me, it's nice to hold on to songs like this and trust that it will all work out. Perfectly, everything's unfolding. You will see, just because you're open, uncertainty will melt away, 'cause anything is possible. Now I pray affirmative to receive, now I must give. That's the way I choose to live. From fear to faith, I release my belief in separation. I release my need to withdraw. I'm so grateful. God is the wholeness I am. Oh, oh. Perfectly, everything's unfolding. You will see, just because you're open, uncertainty will melt away, 'cause anything is possible. I release my belief to receive, now I must give. That's the way I choose to live. From fear to faith, I release my belief in limitation. I release my need to worry. I'm so grateful. God is the freedom I am. Oh, perfectly, everything's unfolding. You will see, just because you're open, uncertainty will melt away, 'cause anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Going back and watching all of these, my web guy Lucas, you guys are going to get to know him well. at least me talking about him. One of the things that he put on the video was a closed caption. It evaluates and does a script, an automatic script. And I was looking over the one from last week, and it reminded me. I got to see how many times I say and I remember taking a public speaking class, and the teacher encouraged us, if you think that you're going to say pause. Just pause. Don't say say pause. Don't say pause. Pause in your brain. So last week when I was looking at the video and I took a break, like I was separating all the songs, I took a break, and of course some little song came in my head and it was like, pause, don't say pause. So that's me being quirky when I get too tired. All right, let me look in the chat box and see what's going on in there. I got this thing set up and I'm trying to, okay, there we go. That's better. All right, let's see. Thank you, Jackie, for saying it sounds wonderful. Let's see. Oh, Bobby and Jeff are here too. Hey, Bobby. Hi, Jeff. How you guys doing? They come and see me very often in Long Island. I don't know how many shows they have been to, but they've been to quite a bit. Okay, so it has been a wonderful ride. This is episode number 4. And I just keep saying to myself, you will keep going, and then you'll be saying, this is episode 100, but we'll see. I'm planning on getting there. So I, again, have so much fun. So much fun putting these episodes together for you. Thank you for all of you who have requested songs and helped to fill the, fill the process and make it a little bit easier, because I'm not just choosing these songs in a vacuum. And this last song is just a song of hope. And I think we need it more now than ever. Just a song of hope for us to kind of get back together. And it was recorded and released in 1970 by the Stairsteps. They were known as the first family of soul before the Jacksons came along. Then in 1970-71, the Jacksons came along and kind of took over the crown of the first family of soul. This song was written by Stan Levin, and the interesting thing about the Stairsteps is that they were formed in Chicago, and their name was picked. They're actually a family of siblings. There were 6 siblings, and 5 of the siblings were in this group that were all teenagers. They got their name from Mama Stairsteps, their mama, when she noticed that her kid, what they looked like when they stood next to each other in age order. So they look like stair steps. I think that's so cute, right? How these things come to be is always really interesting. So this was their million-selling hit that, again, gives so much hope, and it's like a chant because it repeats the same thing over, the same 2 sections, and I think it's a wonderful, wonderful tune. This is Ooh Child. And it's been recorded by so many people. Nina Simone did a version of it. Sonny and Cher did a version of it. All types of stuff. So again, check that chat box. There's a whole lot of information down there. Let you know how to request a song. You can do that online now. It also gives you an experience beyond this to kind of expand everything. There's all the links for how to get in touch with me and how to get me to do this for somebody, a friend of yours, if you want me to. Let me know. All right, this is Ooh Child. Yeah, all right. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Someday, yeah, we'll put it together and we'll get it all done. Someday, when your head is much lighter. Someday, yeah, we'll walk in the rays of the beautiful sun. Someday, when your world is much brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Someday, yeah, we'll put it together and we'll get it all done. Someday, when your head is much lighter. Someday, yeah, we'll walk in the rays of the beautiful sun. Someday, when your head is much lighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna be easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Someday, yeah, we'll put it together and we'll get it all done. Someday, when your head is much lighter. Someday, yeah, we'll walk in the rays of the beautiful sun. Someday, when the world is much brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will be brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Right now, right now, right now, right now. They'll get better and better and better. Just keep your head thinking lighter and lighter. Right now. All right, everybody. Thank you again for a wonderful, wonderful evening of bliss and learning to show up and be the best that you can. I get to allow myself to sit in the bliss for a half an hour. It actually extends out because preparing for the show again makes me really, really happy. And I get to see all of your smiling comments. So thank you for being here. I will check on the sound. I got the visual to be a little bit better. Go back to where it was. Thank you, Wondrous. Yes, I made that track. I did. I have to put backing vocals on it. I didn't have time to do that. Thank you, Bobby. Yes, we are waiting for which direction the country will go in. Hopefully, regardless of who is leading it, we will be moving towards unity. That's what I want. That's what I want to see is more peace between all of the members of this nation. We're all Americans and we got to lean into the love. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping to do with this because I have had the opportunity to do 250 plus performances every year. And sitting in those audiences are people who have varying different political views. But when it comes to them enjoying the music and coming together in the music, all of that stuff is left behind. So this is the space that I'm creating. Thank you, Dina. I hope you enjoyed my version of Isn't It Romantic? It was my honor to do it for you. Oh, thank you, P. Thank you, P. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love all of you. And I will see you next week. I'll hang out a few more minutes. I said, again. I'll hang out a few more minutes in the chat box. I'm going to put on the closer the closer video. And if you want to continue chatting, I'll be there for at least another 5 minutes if you want to talk about anything. All right, everybody, I will see you next week. Thank you again for showing up for me and showing up for yourself because you get to take a bliss break. All right? Thank you.